Before we start the video tonight, I will be uploading another Patreon video. Thanks to everybody who has helped support the channel, everybody who's come over to Patreon. I will be putting another video up on Patreon this evening, so check it out. God bless every one of you. It's July 22nd, 2020. JB, Sid's joining us tonight. There is so much going on. I don't even know where to begin. I took a bunch of notes last night, today. So much going on. But I want to start with this. The jobless numbers are going to come out tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. They are projecting 1.3 million more job losses in America, and we're going to get those numbers tomorrow. So that is the projection, that is the expectation. If we see another million plus job losses tomorrow, it's going to be absolutely horrific news. We checked shadowstats.com today. They're saying that unemployment in America right now is 31.2%. And right here in the state of California, in the last 48 hours, 230,000 people filed for unemployment benefits. Politico today, CNBC, GOP considers extending unemployment benefit at reduced level from $600 a week to $100 a week through December. So if you were getting $600 a week, you will now be getting $100 a week.
Wow, that's a big cut.
So Sid, what's going on? And let me apologize really for first off, we got these bugs.
Chicharas.
We got wind, we got so much going on, so hopefully you can hear us. There's probably some echoing. We're just trying to shelter ourselves from the wind right now. But Sid, great to have you today.
Thanks for having me.
What's your interpretation of all this going on?
Well, my interpretation...
Please talk loud.
My interpretation basically is this. If you've been on unemployment, or if you've been on rent forbearance, and you're stacking that money, I hope you're buying the most undervalued asset in the world, which would be gold and silver.
Let me tell you guys, gold and silver has just been exploding. While we're making this video, silver is a little bit over $23. Gold, $1,868. The trolls out there 6 months ago, a year ago, 6 weeks ago, who continued to tell us that silver was going to $6, $5, $4, gold was going to $400, $500, $600. That was the time to buy. I hope you didn't listen to these people, because if you did, it cost you a lot of money. Sid, you're buying?
Yes.
More silver.
Buying more silver. Not only am I buying more silver, but I'm buying myself security. I'm buying my brass, my food and water, making preparations for the long run. Even if you don't have to use it, it's good just to have. Yeah, for emergency purposes only.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't get in a car without insurance. You're going to get on a boat. You better have a life jacket, because you don't know when you're going to have an emergency. This is not a matter of when. This is a matter of if now. The ship is already sinking. We're taking on water. If you do not have a life jacket right now, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to drown in this economic tsunami that is coming. Right here. Another article, as debt climbs to record $27 trillion. And Congress is going to throw more stimulus. This government's going to throw more stimulus. This is only good for gold and only good for silver to go up, up, and up.
That's correct, JB. And not only what we're talking about, but you got to be training, using your security, making sure your equipment is in proper order and working. If you're not doing that, get out there as soon as you can and start doing it, because we are in a taste test time right now with everything that's going on. We're just a sample of what's going to happen.
Right. So do a systems check. Make sure you have enough food, water, security. financial assets like gold and silver. If you can afford land, if you're raising cattle, if you have a farm, a garden, you need to be doing everything. We're talking about pure diversification right now. It's not about who has the most gold or silver, who has the most cash. That's great. That's going to protect you financially, but you need to be protecting yourself physically. You need to be protecting yourself spiritually. So make sure that you're well diversified. Another article on CNBC, retail workers slammed by job cuts. Like Sid said, hopefully if you were getting the $600 bonuses, you were saving it. You were investing it in assets. You were buying extra food and water. Unfortunately, I think most people were spending it at Kohl's, Walmart, wherever.
Right. That's
Ross.
not good. That's not good, because the days we are headed in, especially with this infection going on, that is clearly made this economy come to a halt.
Yeah, the entire globe has come to a halt, and it continues to get worse, and we've lost well over 100,000 businesses. And this article today, United Airlines posts record $2 billion loss as revenue plunges 87%. 6,000 employees agree to quit. So it's another canary in the coal mine.
Exactly.
It's another barometer of what's happening to this economy.
So you got 17 million or more that rely on the $600 a week, and we are headed for some dark times if that cash is going to be cut off from a lot of people, because they have nowhere to work and no jobs to go back to because of this shutdown.
Right. Another article here. Small businesses brace for prolonged crisis, short on cash and customers. Well, the customer shortage is going to get a lot worse as these bonuses are going to get cut off. These people are not going to be able to support the economy. We saw the June retail numbers go up because people were spending their bonuses. They're spending their stimulus checks. This is all about to get cut, ladies and gentlemen. The eviction moratorium is going to come to an end on the 24th. So beginning July 25th, we're going to see people getting evicted by the hundreds of thousands, the millions. Which is going to be a problem and a homeless crisis that could begin here in America.
Yeah, that's correct. And what I'm seeing too is, mom and pop shops and restaurants, mom and pop owned restaurants will not be coming back. A lot of these places will be shut down permanently due to this infection going on. And all these small businesses, these hair salons, everything's in jeopardy.
Huge.
Just in our local area here, we have major hotels like the Marriotts, the Hyatts,
Hiltons.
the Hiltons. We got all these locations that have been shut down for months.
This is a very affluent area, and when you begin to see what's happening out here to these large resorts, the casinos, the luxury retail area out here, the luxury retail market is being obliterated. And so if it can happen here, it can happen anywhere. The wealthy are not spending money out here like they used to. The golf courses are dead. The shopping, the retail, the malls, dead. The restaurants, dead. This is a crisis unlike we have ever seen. I look at bond yields today, 0.59, 0.60. Who would tie up money for 10 years for 0.60 or 0.59 when you could be buying gold, buying silver right now, which has been absolutely exploding? We'll talk a little bit more about that and some of the numbers. Sid.
Yes, I mean, you've never seen the ratio from silver to gold the way it's going now.
Tightening up.
It's tightening
quick.
up a bit and fast. And for those that bought, some of us bought when it was at $6 an ounce. You probably won't ever see that price again, with this increase. And I heard that Eagles were going for $10 over spot price.
Yeah, I
now.
saw $10 over spot all day today.
So you're looking at maybe close to $35 after you're
Yeah,
said and done.
$33, $34 now for an Eagle. And the problem I see now is that now that the prices are going up, people are beginning to get interested in gold and silver. They're beginning to get nervous with what they're seeing happening in the economy, the uncertainty that's happening politically, uncertainty socially, uncertainty financially. So what are they doing? They're looking at gold, they're looking at silver, and they're seeing it move up. And I'm going to go over some numbers here. It's exploding. And so what's going to happen as more and more people get into the silver and gold market, what happens when a big hedge fund comes in and buys physical gold or physical silver? It's going to be harder and harder to get this stuff. And so I think if you have a couple dollars put away right now, I do not think, and I don't give financial advice, but I don't think you're going to lose by taking a few bucks and buying some ounces of silver or gold.
That's correct. And I think we've reached the point right now in this time where a mask and hand sanitizer will not save you. We are in a depression, world depression. I sincerely really think that the dollar is being devalued, and
dollar got crushed this week so far. Dollar index, I think it was around 95, 94. And that is going to be a problem. And as many of us said, inflation is coming to America. The dollar is going to weaken. And at some point, the dollar is going to come under extreme pressure. And if you're not holding real money, look, the dollar is not money. It's a currency backed by nothing but faith. If you're not holding gold and silver, the real money, God's money, you're going to be in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
You know, here's another article today. Electricity demand surges as 70 million Americans roast under heat dome. It goes back. What are these people going to do as they're losing their jobs? People waiting months for their unemployment benefits. They haven't even got the money yet. People still waiting some people still waiting for a stimulus check. And now the $600 bonus is coming to an end. We are having a very hot summer. People are running their utilities, running their air conditioning. So what are these people going to do?
Exactly. Like what I said earlier, these people that were getting that $600 bonus and these people that were getting that rent forbearance and that extra credit card forbearance or whatever they got going on, if they weren't paying that money, you should have been stacking that money and putting it into something, not buying a car, not buying a house.
Would you buy a car right now?
Negative.
Would you buy a house?
Negative.
Will it all be going on sale?
It's going to be on sale, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to get that stuff later. But I believe the number one asset is gold and silver. Put that in your portfolio if you can afford it. If you can't afford gold, get some silver. Silver's still cheap right now, and it's very affordable.
Yeah, I agree. All this is cheap. Even if you're looking at, like right now, the premium on gold is probably around $100 plus, depending where you get it. So you're going to be spending nearly $2,000 for an ounce of gold. And I want to go over some numbers with you. And going back to the trolls who continue to harass people, criticize and judge people who are buying gold and silver, telling all of us it was gonna get blown out, it's gonna go down to $4 and all this nonsense. It's not going to happen. As this debt and these deficits continue to explode, this is nothing but good for gold and silver. Making gold and silver your number one necessities, your life raft, your insurance, your wealth protection. Silver, over $23 today. If we look at what silver has done in the past 3 months, it's gone up 50.2%. Year to date, 28.3%. From today to last year, it's up 38.1%. We look at gold today, $1,865 last I checked. In the last 3 months, it's up 7.11%. Year to date, up 22%. In the last year, it's up 30.4%. Where are the trolls? You know, people kept accusing me that I owned a gold mine, that I owned SD Bullion. Look, I buy strictly from SD Bullion, okay? Link down below. If you're buying gold or silver, I highly recommend them. I don't own a gold mine. I don't own SD Bullion. I buy from SD Bullion. My friends buy from SD Bullion. I know multiple people today who are my personal friends who bought from SD Bullion. I know people who went to coin shops today and bought, went to pawn shops today and bought. I don't care where you buy it from, but I don't want to see you get annihilated with what is coming. These metals are going to get more expensive. If you think $2,000 an ounce for gold and $23, $25, $30 for an ounce of silver is expensive, you have not seen anything yet.
So JB, another thing I wanted to talk about is, you know, the stock market, how it's been pumped up and it's been up and high, and with all these job numbers that have been lost, you know, in the millions. I don't know the exact amount, but it's, you know, close to 30, 40 million at this time. here in the United States of America. So what I was talking about was the 401ks and these pensions. You know, these are just a promise. It's not in your hand right now.
Right. All that matters, all that counts is what you're holding in your hand right now. Because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. You know, people have been writing me, and I'm watching all this stuff being posted on social media of more banks closing up, temporarily closed, printed signs stuck to the window, temporarily closed. That makes me very nervous because that happened to my own bank, which is a big bank. That makes me really, really concerned that you can roll up to a bank and it just says temporarily closed. We know the whole situation where ATMs were running out of money. Now everybody's running out of change. And when I see this, it's only a matter of time before gold and silver runs out too. It's going to be unavailable. It's going to be hard to get. And it's going to be so expensive. And it's not that they're going up. It's that the dollar is going down. And it's going to take more dollars to purchase these assets. You know, we look at people, they're not saving money. They're just out spending it. You don't want to be one of these people. You don't want to be one of the masses. They're not making money. They're just continuing to receive money, and those days are coming to an end, Sid. What happens when those checks stop showing up? What's going to happen when they can't pay the air conditioning bills?
People are going to go haywire. You're going to see a lot of problems. You're going to see more violence, more insecurity amongst the citizens.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think we're going to see more suicide. We're going to see people jumping off bridges. We're going to see people jumping out windows. We're going to see some real tragic events because when people begin to lose their houses, they can't feed their kids. They don't have a future. And as Sid said, pensions being looted, 401ks. You know, all these people tell me, oh, JB, my 401k went up today. Oh, my 401k's up 10%. They don't have 1 cent of the money in their hands. Right now, this is critical.
Cash it out.
This is critical mass right now. You don't have anything unless you are holding it. And I'm not going to say cash it out. That's up to you. Don't give financial advice. Might not be a bad idea. But, you know, all these people, my 401k, I got a 401k. You don't have 1 cent of it in your hands. And the problem is here is if this dollar starts collapsing, who cares about your 401k or your pension? You're getting paid in dollars. It's going to be a worthless currency if things continue down the road they're going. And all we do is we don't fix the debt. We don't pay it back. We continue to print more, create bigger debt, bigger deficits, and here we are.
And we've been sounding this alarm. He's been doing this for a few years now where he tells you to be your own central bank, number one, buy your assets, number two, and say your prayers.
Say your prayers because God is the number one asset at the end of the day. Peter Schiff said something very interesting. I was watching a video of him today. The gold standard will be forced to come back. America forced the world off the gold standard. The world will force America back onto the gold standard. I thought that was excellent. I thought that made clear sense of where we are all heading. Look, you can go to electronic money, but what's it backed by?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just digits on a screen. You know, we're at a point now where I think that people are beginning to lose faith in the system. They're losing faith in the financial institutions. They're going to begin to lose faith in the U.S. dollar. And they're going to be, if you have any means, anybody who has dollars will be running and cashing them in for real assets like gold and silver. They're going to be running to get rid of dollars, to be holding real assets, whether it's a piece of land, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether it's food. Look, we're coming to a point where, you know, it doesn't really matter what kind of car you drive, what your zip code is, what kind of champagne you drink, if you're wearing a Patek Philippe or you're wearing a Rolex watch. That stuff's not going to save you from what's coming. What is going to save you is what we're talking about, and how you've been preparing over the last year, the last 5 years, the last 5 months is going to dictate how you survive this collapse. And I know that 98% of the people watching this video tonight have been preparing. And I'm not here to tell you it's too late, but time is precious. And time is running out. Time is not your friend right now, is it?
Short on time. We're short on time. And one thing I wanted to mention is, avoid these payday loan places. These guys are loan sharks. These guys will do you in on the interest at 600% to 800%. You'll never pay off that loan.
So that is going to destroy people's credit. That's going to destroy their futures. And these guys are relentless. And you want to be a debt slave, yeah, go do a payday loan. But you know what? We're living in a time where people are forced to do this stuff now, okay? Look, if you have the means, if you have some money, don't be buying Netflix. Don't be buying a 10-year bond. Don't be buying into Peloton. Go buy yourself some silver. Go buy yourself some gold. Put some cash away. Create an emergency fund as fast as you can. I think, as Sid's saying, it's time to get out of the dollar. It's time to get into assets, because we're not even going to probably be able to measure the price of gold or silver in dollars, because gold and silver is money. The currency of cash is going to be meaningless, I think. Nobody's going to be selling gold or silver for dollars, because why would you trade a real asset with value that's been here for 5,000 years, going to be here for the next 5,000 years, for a piece of paper that may not be here in the next couple of years? I'm just here to tell people, wake up. Dollar index 95. The dollar index negative 5.3% in the last 3 months. Year to date, negative 1.41. Compare that to gold. Compare that to silver. And remember, everything's manipulated. And gold and silver has been manipulated, beaten down. But there's going to come a point where they can no longer control it, because they're losing control. So get in control of your own life right now, because you guys have families, you got kids, you got loved ones that you need to be protecting. Sid.
Exactly. He's telling you what's really going on right now, and if you don't think this thing's going to blow up, the rent moratorium is going to end here this next
couple
days. You're going to see more people going homeless, getting evicted.
Guys, you're going to see homeless like you've never seen. And let's not forget, the mortgage forbearance ends this fall. People are going to be expected to make up 3-4 mortgage payments. If they couldn't make one, how are they going to make up for 4? And these people may have already lost a job while in forbearance. You got nearly 5 million people in mortgage forbearance right now. You've got, I think, 3 million people in auto forbearance, not including the 7 million people who were last year 90 days delinquent on auto loans. Guys, we don't even know how bad it is, because they are not telling you what's going on. The numbers are completely manipulated, and they don't have to tell you how many people are delinquent in auto loans or in mortgage loans, because they just say they're in forbearance, so everything's okay. They're kicking the can down the road, and they're putting off the inevitable, but the inevitable is getting closer.
This thing is like a rocket ship about to take off, and it's going to make 2008 look like the first quarter. It's
going to look like Romper Room.
Exactly.
It's going to look like a Sunday school picnic. You know, when you look at the spending that we're doing, we're talking trillions. We look at the stimulus packages, trillions. We look at the Fed's balance sheet, over $7 trillion. We look at U.S. debt, $27 trillion. Unfunded liabilities like Medicare, Medicaid, we're talking over $100 trillion, okay? We start talking derivatives, we start talking Deutsche Bank, we start talking about financial institutions around the world that could go down tomorrow. We're all connected. And if you think that this is going to get better, you either believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, or you need some real serious counseling.
Yeah, I agree, JB, 100% with you. This thing is like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, we've never seen these kind of problems. Some people will compare this to 2008. I used to. We are way beyond 2008. We have a frozen economy. We have a global depression taking place. We have 40+ million people unemployed. We're going to lose over another million jobs tomorrow. Retail apocalypse, we may lose up to 25,000 retailers just this year. We've already lost over 100,000 businesses. Bankruptcies and foreclosures are piling up. We're looking at a commercial real estate collapse that is taking place right now. Housing collapse coming. And that's just off the top of my head. There is so much that you need to be concerned about. These people who want to go on social media and tell you to get into the stock market, to buy a house, buy a car, these people are out of their minds. If you're making some money in the stock market right now, God bless you. I hope you're buying assets, because the dollar is going to be challenged. It's going to come under very extreme pressure, and people are going to stay in the stock market. They're going to stay at this poker table too long, and when you stay a second too long at the poker table, you're wiped out.
I agree 100%, JB. So one thing I wanted to bring up too is that you don't need to be investing in stocks or paper investments. Put yourself in a position to get physical gold and physical silver, because there could be a day, or the day is coming, where you're going to see gold going up $100 a day, and you're going to see silver going from $10 to $25 a day.
Yeah, and you know, people who think that that can't happen, take a good look at what's happening right now. And these people who think things like that can't happen, did you think that we would see a global shutdown? Did you think we would see a global depression? Did you think we would see 40 million people out of work in America? Did you think we would see gold near its all-time high right now, silver up 50+% in 3 months? Did all those people think that they would see what we're seeing right now? Anybody that tells you that these things can't happen, they are either educational, they're either mentally challenged in a way, and I'm not making fun of anybody, but they're challenged, or they're straight out lying to you, okay? Because you don't need more than a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade education to figure out what's going on here. And I think degrees are highly overrated. You know, people who've got themselves into $80,000, $100,000 worth of debt for a paper degree that you could just basically put on the bottom of a bird cage, because that's about all it's worth. These people are all working at Starbucks, they're working in hospitality and leisure, and they're never going to pay this back. They are going to be the biggest debt slaves in the world. Don't be one of these people, okay? Don't get yourself into massive debt. Don't be one of these people who sits there and goes, that could never happen. You're watching historic events happen right now. Anything is possible in 2020. Anything is possible in 2021. But remember, the longer you wait, the longer you put off buying silver, buying gold, and I'm not here to sell you anything, okay? I bought, I'm buying more this coming week. I know you bought, you're buying more. I have multiple friends who bought today. You don't have to buy. You know, if you believe that this is the time to buy into the stock market, the biggest bubble we've ever seen, if you believe it's the time to buy a house, biggest bubble we've ever seen, if you want to buy an overpriced F-150, you want to spend $80,000 on a pickup truck, go ahead, do it. To me, I believe this is the time, as Rob Kiyosaki says, to be small, to be versatile, be able to move with this changing economy, to not have a lot of debt. If you're too slow, too fat, too overloaded with debt, and you can't move quick, because this economy is going to change fast, and if you don't change and adapt and evolve with it quick, you're going to be a statistic. You will be a casualty. This is not the time to impress people. This is not the time to be spending money. This is not the time to be buying big screen TVs or cars or houses. The sales are coming, ladies and gentlemen. That's my opinion. Sid, why don't you finish it up?
Yes, and you know, I just say keep it simple, ladies and gentlemen, and
back to the basics.
Back to the basics, and you know, our interest rate is very low, and for the dollar to be losing this much value, it's very scary.
Yeah, and you know, I keep hearing on the news how, you know, housing's going up, the builders are positive. I don't believe in any more of these numbers that I'm watching on the television, whether it's jobless, the unemployment numbers, the housing numbers, the business numbers, whatever. I don't believe any of it right now. What I do believe is my own two eyes. When I'm traveling throughout the state of California, when I'm in other states, and I see what's going on, it's all beginning to look the same. Homeless everywhere, boarded up buildings, closed restaurants, closed retailers, closing malls. It's not just happening here in California, it's happening everywhere. Gold and silver is going to get so expensive that none of us are going to be able to afford to buy any more of it with paper. Take this time today, get it while you can. Make sure you're getting enough food, water, security. We're going to be posting another video up on Patreon talking about what to have for this depression. We're going to go over a little list with that, so check that out. And I think we're going to leave it there. It's a beautiful evening out here. We're going to have a little dinner. But really quick, I just want to say I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm going to have some laser surgery done on my eye. I've got a tear in my retina, so I'm going to be tied up for about 5-6 days. So I'm going to be taking it easy. So if you don't see me, I haven't been abducted. I'm here. I'm just going to be taking it easy, and I've got some things with work I've got to take care of. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be rehabbing for a few days and taking care of some work issues, and then I will be back time permitting. So thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Have a wonderful week.